we go then, boys and girls. Transfer window complete. Season 2 ready to go. We have an entirely new team, and we're just going to win the league. I've decided we're just going to win it, and it's going to be lovely. Right. If you're not up to date with what went on, obviously you should be watching on the LOLLUJO too, you little rascals. But we did lots of transfers. As you can see, that is a lot of transfers. We did so many transfers. By the end of last night's stream, we were trying to get rid of players we'd signed earlier on in that window. So, for example, this guy, we signed and released in that window. There was another guy who, I think it was this guy, we signed and then released in that window. So that's the kind of window that we had, but we are still within all of our budgets. Forget that one. We are still within all of our budgets, and we have what I think is a very snazzy looking team now. If we have a look at the media prediction, they think we are looking good for playoffs, because remember, playoffs goes all the way down to 6th place. I'm not really sure how that works. So I guess there's 10 teams going to the playoffs across the 2 groups. But we just want a good start to the season. We're playing against GeForceRTX, who are supposed to finish just below. They're newly promoted, though, so we should beat this lot. We're playing against a newly promoted team with our new look team. The one area we might have a little bit of a problem is the team cohesion, because obviously we've signed so many players, and it is largely a new team. The only players that were here last year, we've got Ender. Muharrem was a reserve for us last year and is now our captain. Barris was here last year. That's it. Everyone else is new. Taha was here last year, who's on our bench. And then Yusel was here last year, but is injured. So it's a very, very, very new looking team. So I guess all that remains to be done from here is to beat these little rascals. Let's go do that. And hopefully not have any graphical glitches. I've not played a match since last night's stream. I deliberately haven't recorded an On League to Legend today because I didn't want to get cross at it. I wanted to give them time to fix the issue before we had the issue come up again. If it happens again, I've got the skin turned off. I'm down to high graphics. I've done that verify thing on Steam because they told me to do that. I've cleared the cache because they've told me to do that. If it still happens now, if it happens again, you have to remind me to send them the save. I need to keep the save. So changing the camera angle theoretically should fix it. But when we tried to change the camera angle last night, it crashed the entire PC. I mean, if we have our first couple of games of the season and we only come out of them with 1 point, I'm going to be quite disappointed. I think this is a good squad. Is there a way? I know you can set it to save weekly. Is there a way to set it to save before every match? Maybe I need to fiddle with the settings. There you go. We have a goal finally. A football goal. Yeah, remind me after this match to set up an autosave. Which, who was Hood managing? Because Zealand's managing a tiny little team with a tiny little stadium, isn't he? So that would explain him getting it. Is Hood doing a tiny little team as well? Because that might be what's causing it. Tiny little stadium roofs. I got it at Luton. Ah, well, I mean, still not a huge stadium, is it? Is it new for this patch? Yeah. Would also be the reason why I didn't see it in a beta. Yeah, absolutely. We're undefeated. We're doing an invincible season, I think. I think that might be what we do. That might be how I cheer myself up. And a nice little invincible season. I do like an invincible season. I also like the fact that we have a striker who got 2 goals in that game. Oh. I see. I mean, what's their problem now? We're 3rd in the league. Because again, this is one of the things that the update was supposed to fix. This nonsense. So the update hasn't even improved the things that were broken. I have not known Football Manager be this broken in a long, long, long time. Right then. What's the problem? You need centre-backs. Fine. We'll go and sign a centre-back. You won't be happy because you never are. I mean, how many centre-backs have we got? More than enough. One could argue. More than enough. But let's try and sign some more. Oh, good. There's none available. I was hoping there'd be none available. How long have we got to fix this? We've got 15 days. We're third in the league. Can't they just trust me to manage the team? If it even solves it. I mean, that any of them probably would. So I guess we try and sign this guy. Don't really want a 31-year-old that we don't need, but I'd rather not have the mutiny just yet. Oh, he's cheap as well. They were right to whinge. They weren't right to whinge because we're unbeaten. We're third in the league, level on points with top of the league, and we've conceded 1 goal. They might not like the centre-back that we've got, but they can't argue with the fact that we're winning football matches and probably going to get promoted. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's a good way to get rid of the captain that we don't want, I guess. Yeah, we'll accept that. And bring in a new right back. Is there any right backs knocking around here that are quite good? Someone did say one of the reasons why the squad are being so difficult in this save is because I don't speak the language. I've got no previous experience and no qualifications, so they just don't trust me as a manager. There's a possibility that it's that. That was our loanee from last year, was it? Was it? Was that the guy we had last year? Oh, well, yeah, we'll definitely have him. See, I've got to get better at the Turkish names. Yeah, we'll definitely have him back. He was our best player last year. Plus, I keep asking them to set fire to my ear hair. They're so good at it. Meanwhile, let's carry on winning football matches. Whoa, why did that just pop up? You can't see what just happened there. I pressed continue and that popped up on my screen for some reason. My Football Manager save files. Don't know why that happened. In my game, I can no longer save games after that happened. Oh, my word. I will drive down there tomorrow if that happens and not leave until they fix the game. My right back is dead. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. There you go. Problem solved. Don't care about the right back. The game's about to crash, isn't it? I kept getting a pop-up with can't save game after each match. Oh. See, we were playing so well, and then we've had the player mutiny, and now our striker who got 2 goals can't score. Because while all the graphical nonsense and stability nonsense is going on, we've still got this stupid morale bug that has directly led to us losing this game. Here we go then. Is it going to save? Or is it broken? Okay, I think we've saved. Just give it a minute for the graphical glitch to come in. It won't at this stadium, though, because it's only that stadium, isn't it? It's our stadium that is the problem. Oh, no, it's not. It's everywhere. So it now always happens at this point, apparently. Ran into any issues on the Steam Deck. Do I need to hook up the Steam Deck and stream from that? That might be the solution. We're not going to transfer this Taha. He's happy to be back up. There you go. We've got Furkan Saki to come in as my centre-back, which should calm everybody down, you would think, because he's a good centre-back. It hasn't, though, has it? Oh, my God. They're still unhappy that we don't have A centre-back! We've literally just signed one. Because now I'm in an absurd situation where I've got an actual player mutiny going on, which as soon as it happened, turned us from being a team that was going to get promoted to a team that can't score a goal. We literally saw our striker, who'd been playing well, hit the corner flag because suddenly he's unhappy because we don't have any centre-backs, apparently. Despite we've got 10 centre-backs. How could we possibly need any more? We can't afford to sign any more because we're already over our wage budget. But unless we sign more, we're never going to win a game again because the entire first team squad want me to sign a centre-back that doesn't exist. I mean, maybe they want Messi as well, but that doesn't mean they should down tools until I sign him. We were going to win the league. And now we're not going to win any matches because it has such an extraordinary impact. It's taken club atmosphere was very good. Managerial support was good. It's crashed them both. I mean, last ditch thing, I guess, to try after this match is put him down in the reserves. But in my experience, just hiding them in the reserves doesn't make the problem go away this year like it used to. In all seriousness, boys and girls, is there a way to roll it back manually to before the update? Because that would fix the problems in the meantime. Very tricky, though. Super brain needed. Oh, there's no point trying then, is there? As it's a glitch, could you add another manager to the save and buy him from another club to get him out as it's a glitch? I mean, I guess I could, but it seems like something that I'm going to have to keep replicating everywhere I go throughout the entire save. Where'd you draw the line? We haven't fixed the alien invasion issue, no. Only Football Manager can fix that. Oh, I've got a sad face now. I was so happy at the start of the stream. I'm sure you'll remember. I did say about starting a new save every week. I mean, yeah, this is the excuse, isn't it? New save again on Sunday. Oh, I've already made a bit of a song and dance about it on Twitter. I'm now streaming it in front of however many people moaning about it. And I am in direct contact with them about it. So I'm making a fuss. Cultaholic, welcome along. Do you want to see a grown man cry? Because that's what we're getting here tonight. Are all the apprehensive players the mutineers? They are. Yes, they are. And you can see it in how they're playing. Misplaced passes, missed shots. Get rid of the ringleader. I'm trying. Aside of driving him out into the woods and breaking his compass, I'm not sure what more I can do at the moment. Right. So how many days have we got left? 3 days to sign another centre-back that we don't need, or else Taha's going to escalate. The transfer window does close before then, though, so hopefully he'll leave before then, which I guess would be good. So there's our new backup goalkeeper. That's our captain leaving. And there's the offer that we need for Taha, who's the ringleader. So hopefully, between all of these things, this solves the problem. Right, so that's calmed him down, selling a different right back. And there's Taha going. So let him go. I don't care that you've hurt your head. So that's Taha gone. What hasn't happened, though, is the club atmosphere and managerial support hasn't gone back up where it was. So now we've got Batuhan doing what he did last year. So we've actually got last year's fullback combination now. This guy who came in on loan from Hoffenheim is great. And then we've got the new old man. The goalkeeper's a massive upgrade on Taha. So goalkeeper and back four, massively upgraded on last year. He was here last year, and he's the new guy who replaced Haroon, who's at least as good as Haroon was. He was here last year. He's an upgrade on what we had last year. Massive upgrade. He is a huge upgrade. And this guy can actually score goals, which none of our strikers last year could. So this is a much better team. That's a penalty kick. Hooray! Yes, I've upgraded the graphics drivers. If anything, the problem's got worse since they did that. How do you stop getting so many injuries? Play your players less, rotate more, rest them from training more. It is definitely that stand that is the problem. Mike, if you're still there, it is this stand. It's the stadium that is the problem. It's the same with Tamworth. It's the way it's rendering the stadium that's the problem. But yeah, I drove to Tamworth on Saturday, less than an hour from my house, asked for a Twix and got given chips. That's how much she couldn't understand what I was saying to her. So, 'tis madness. You didn't actually ask for a Twix, though. I actually did. I would have preferred a Twix. The chips were horrible, and I wanted a chocolate bar. I absolutely wanted a Twix. Were the chips good? No, they were awful. Twix and a chippy. I wasn't in a chippy. I was at the football. I could see the Twixes. I said, can I have a coffee, a Fanta, and a Twix, please? She made my coffee, which, by the way, I didn't get into this in the video. A scoop and a half of Nescafe, poured the water in and handed it to me. No way to stir it, no milk. I've never had an unstirred instant coffee before. And then she went back over to where the Twixes were while I was looking at my coffee thinking, what on earth do I do with this? Looking around for something to stir it with. And then she came back and handed me a tray of chips. Who orders a flat white anyway? People who like a flat white? I like a flat white. I don't want like a latte or a cappuccino or anything because it's too milky. But sometimes certain places the coffee's not very nice, so I need a little bit of milk in it to take the edge off. Krispy Kreme is one of those places. It's your fault for ordering a coffee and no donuts from a donut shop. It was a drive-through on a motorway and I just wanted a cup of coffee. And there was a massive sign out the front of Krispy Kreme that says donuts and coffee. And I'm like, well, that looks like somewhere I can get a cup of coffee then. We don't care about goals in a cup match, but apparently this was a good one. Well, that's quite good, I suppose. We are playing against a bunch of semi-pros, though. I'm just going to accept it's always going to happen. Is it called latte macchiato or latte in the UK? They're used interchangeably. People would usually say latte. No, I never get burnt out with FM. This is my autism superpower. FM is my special interest. I'm not allowed to call it an obsession anymore, apparently. Apparently that's not positive language. I've been learning. It's my special interest. I've been obsessed with Football Manager for 30 years. Longer than that. I was playing Kenny Dalglish Soccer Manager in the 80s. 35 years I've been obsessed with football management games. It ain't going to stop now. I don't get bored of them. I don't get burnt out on them. I'm very lucky that I've been able to turn this thing into my job. Because I've had it ruin many jobs previously. So hopefully it'll be win-win for all involved. The internet at large seems to have defined clickbait as lying on a thumbnail to get clicks, which neither of them do. Because in the one that says sacked, somebody was sacked. And the one that says we're too good, we were too good leading into the video. So they're both based in truth. Fairness, who clicks on videos of a series for the title or one moment? I mean, you say that. The click-through rate on the sacked video was nearly 15%. The typical click-through rate on a non-League to Legend video is about 7%. So twice as many people clicked on it as would have normally. And it had, by the time it had been out like 6 hours, it had 10,000 more views than the one the day before at the same time. So apparently, thousands of people
Thousands of them.
Anna's here confirming thousands of people. Click-through rate is the percentage of people who click on the video that are exposed to the thumbnail or exposed to the video. So 15% click-through rate means for every 100 people who had that video pushed to them on their recommended, 15 of them clicked it, whereas normally only 7 would click it. It's the best click-through rate I've ever had was on that video. So from my perspective, incredibly successful thumbnail. Yeah, it's Jadon Sancho's fault that Man United are rubbish. Agreed. Did we get relegated last season? No. No. Is that down to the massive name Ajax has? But the name Ajax was in both versions of the thumbnail. So we'll be A/B testing Leon again this weekend in the same way. It'll launch as I rebuild Leon probably to try it that way. And then on Sunday, it will switch to what Leon should have done. And then it will switch back and forth every day and monitor the results until we find out for sure which is more successul. True A/B testing, they have to offer random subsamples. Yeah, there's no way to actually do that because YouTube don't offer it themselves. And there's no... TubeBuddy literally has it scheduled at midnight every day to swap the title and the thumbnail over. So you get one day of each, one day of the other. But we leave them going for so long that we get pretty solid results out of it. Like the Sheffield United one has been doing it for nearly 2 weeks now. Would it not just show you a massive weighting towards what day people view your weekend vids rather than just what title works better? Potentially. This is some of the stuff that goes on in the background. These are the things that I'm working on during the day when I'm not making videos. It's not enough to just put the videos out and turn up for streams. I spent this afternoon sending in my list of things that were wrong with Football Manager to try and put him off from starting Park to Prem this week. I just want a few more days of being the only guy doing a Let's Play. I've been very much enjoying it. I've been getting like 100,000 views a day since the full game came out. But no, apparently he has to start it this week. Selfish, if you ask me. We're going to have to start sharing the viewers again. I like the fact we've actually got a settled team that is playing well. It's jolly good. I'd like to end the stream top of the league. We'll do another half hour or so. I'd very much like to be top of the league by the end of it. People can't watch 2 20-minute videos. I mean, they can for a bit, but inevitably you get to the point where you start to fall behind. And Zealand's a separate entity anyway. We don't need to worry about Zealand. It's Jack I'm competing with for those daily views. Right, we're losing here. That's not ideal. I would like us to win. This is a massive stadium we're playing in, by the way. Here we go, look. Football. Come on. Are they ground showing? They might be. I mean, they're down in just outside the relegation zone in the 3rd tier. Right, here we go. Long thrower clock. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's a good goal. Been a bit in and out of the stream if the graphical issues persisted. Kinda, yeah. They were more noticeable at the start of the stream. But nothing's really changed. I think it's just luck of what grounds we play in. We've kind of figured out what's causing them. It's tiny grounds like our home ground, when the camera goes to a certain angle above the camera side stand. So when it does near side corners or when it pans over that side of the ground at the end of the game. So if you don't get many corners and you click out of the game as soon as it ends, you don't really notice it as much. Followed SI from Championship Manager to FM when the split happened. Never played Championship Manager again after that. Very much a Sports Interactive guy. Is it refreshing for me to play in the Turkish League? It's different. I am really struggling with the names. It shows how much I am in a UK bubble. I couldn't name my starting 11. I've been here nearly a year. I really struggle with the names. I just can't remember them. It's not even that they're massively similar, but my brain is just processing them as foreign sounding name rather than their actual name. We have replaced the starting 11 twice in that year as well, so that does have something to do with it. But I could sit here and probably name my Tamworth team now. The UI is going to get a complete redesign. They've already said that, haven't they? So the UI will be completely different. So that'll be nice. And the match engine should look a little bit better. We're playing a team from the Super League here. Oh, we're going to get absolutely smashed. Oh, brace yourselves, boys and girls. Assume the position. But yeah, a nicely polished user interface. I tell you what the dream would be, and I wouldn't be at all surprised if they're wowzers working towards this. That's a good goal. If they could have a user interface, and I don't know how you would do such a thing, but if they could come up with a user interface that works across all versions of the game, so it looks the same on all platforms, and like City Skylines manage it, Civ manage it, it's possible to do. If they can make it look the same on Xbox and PlayStation as it does on PC, that would cut a lot of the whining about them getting a cut down version of the game on console. Yeah, Civilization 6 is a great example. Runs really well on PC, on console, on touchscreen, on Switch even, and it's the exact same. I mean, it's not quite the exact same user interface. It has a few little tweaks, but it looks the same on both. It's all solvable. Civilization. I've never played Age of Empires. I've played Civilization since Civ 3 and really enjoyed it all the way through. Never played Age of Empires. I don't have time for another massive game. I feel like the Turkish Cup isn't taken seriously, so this is probably a reserve team we've just beaten. But either way, we've just beaten a team from the top league, which we didn't quite manage to finish the stream top of the league, which is what we hoped for. But we are in the 5th round of the Cup and have just knocked out a top flight team. We don't get many fans ever, do we? That's pathetic. Right. That's how we're leaving the league, boys and girls. We are very much in a promotion hunt.